What is up, everyone? This is going to be my Taliyah jungle video, and I'm going to teach you guys everything you need to know to play Taliyah jungle. I like the very best, and I think Taliyah jungle is going to be really broken with all the new items. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to play her and how we're going to clear and do everything as the Taliyah jungle. So for starters, by 1 minute, you want to put a worked ground position right here. The reason why is because we're going to use it to activate our second part of the Q, which is throws a boulder instead of a rock, which stuns the jungle camp. So it's extremely good when you're doing your camp. So here I'm going to just stack them up, and then I'm going to use the boulder toss just like that, and that sets us up really well. And here you're going to Q it again to get all the babies. Sometimes the little last one lives, but it's okay. You just want to get the general vibe going. And for the next one, you're going to Q to get the red stunned, and it's all about stunning the single target camps as much as you can. Like, stunning the red buff is really important because you just want to avoid taking too much damage as the Taliyah jungle. So here you're going to Q it. And you can do really how you want to clear is just up to you. I kind of like to do 2 camps while I'm like moving around the map, but you know, it's really up to you. Also, you can pull the Krugs all the way up here too. If you didn't know, Krugs doesn't really reset till a way later, so you can actually pull it all the way up here, which is super good if you're trying to get away from, you know, a possible champion trying to invade you, which is a popular thing against Taliyah. So here, what's gonna happen is you're going to get level 3, and this is a decision. Do you want to full clear as Taliyah jungle, or do you want to play aggressive? If you want to play aggressive, you go W, you go for like a level 3 gank. If you want to full clear, we do 2 points into Q. In this game, I think I'm going to full clear, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to play the full clear. Here, we're going to start Q. Always try to hit the main big wolf camp there. Ideally, it just helps you a lot with your general clearing on this champion. So here, I'm going to Q as I'm moving between the camps, make sure I get some good value going. And I'm going to pretty much go over all the mechanics you need to know to play her, and what mechanics are especially important to play. I think a lot of people when they're struggling with Taliyah jungle is not realizing that she's a heavy farm jungler. So if you're not really farming that well, you're just hurting yourself on this champion. And you got to prioritize your farm when you play her. You have to understand the identity of your champion. If she's a farm jungler, you have to farm. You can gank though. She's actually quite good at ganking, but you just don't really want to fall behind. So here we solo Raptors. We got the full clear. We're level 4. We're really happy about the game state. So we're going to go and do the crab now. And this is just really good for us because now we can just solo get a lot of experience. We're against an echo jungle. So you always have to be a bit worried about getting engaged on by like these sort of like range champions. But here, what we do is the classic Inori ward. And here we're going to go behind the Xerath and try to set up a pick. So what I want is Jace to go on him. And we're just going to start with the Q always, and do the W right after. We got the Xerath flash, and it's really perfectly done. Echo could be here, so I'm just going to check. Okay, he is here. But I'm going to help by pushing the wave in, which is important. Okay, I was able to get a stun off, but Xerath was able to get me. Bro, man, I was so unlucky. Jeez! Okay, good. I mean, that was just mechanics. It's a bit of mechanics. As this game, I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be itemizing too. So here we go, Lost Chapters. In the new patch, the build is probably going to be something like the Storm Surge item, which I think is really broken. But for here, we're going to go Lost Chapter. We're going to go Luden's into Rylai's. I think Rylai's really good on Taliyah jungle because it helps you with your Q slow. So it makes it easier if you struggle with hitting your sort of abilities on Taliyah. The Q slowing makes it much easier to hit your W. And really important mechanics on this champion, when you put your E down as the pillar, anyone who dashes like Echo using E right there will stun the champion. So it's just really important. This ability is more important than your W. It's not as important to hit your W. It's important to just layer the E down. So anyone in this area, if they have a dash, they're going to be in a really vulnerable position. And the W afterwards, once you put the E down, usually what I do is I E them first, which slows them. And then after slowing them, I go for the... You see, once I slow them, it's much easier to hit that ability. I'm gonna try to dodge his E. And once I got dodge the E, it's pretty much game over for him. But it's super easy to hit the W when you hit the E ability. And I think that's the most important thing when you're playing her. Is to just like go for that E first. Like especially when you're going for a gank on someone. Try to go in Q. Hit them with Qs and Es and then W. Once you kind of feel comfortable with the E slow on. Like that's the biggest mistake I see a lot of Taliyahs they do. Is they just really try to W too quick. The only times you should W quick is when you feel like when they're super far away that your E is not going to hit. Or if they're already CC'd. Sometimes people will get stunned. Sometimes they'll even dash in your rocks and that would allow you to get a really easy combo there. So here we have our ultimate. Our ultimate is a really important tool for how we're going to use it to gank. I can go for like an ulti play right now before I base. Or I can base and go for a play afterwards. But because we already got the flash on Xerath, I think killing Xerath is going to be really easy. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do an R gank on Taliyah. So you always want to go from a side angle. Make sure it's not warded. And here what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the Xerath wall. So what do we want is this area to be cut off so he has nowhere to go. So pretty much now he's forced to just run left, which is much better for me than if he was to run to tower. And that's just kind of how you want to go for the gank. You want to set up, you generally want to set the wall up as like a barrier. Or if you feel really confident, you can always just dash in and just go very crazy. Here I'm really greedy with my base. I could base for like a blasting wand buy, but I think it's better for me to just, you know, keep farming. There's a hair in my mouth. I think it's better to me to just keep farming the situation because I have such a good power farm. I am just such a good power farm jungler. It's just very good for me. And I'd be really happy if I can just get my Ludens in one buy. So Ludens is 2100. I have futures market, so I just need like 2000 to have it ready. And here I see tops fighting. So my reaction is probably finish Raptor camp. Always finish your camp. Very important. And after you finish the camp, you can look. Xerath could be moving here. Always want to check the brush. Here I could base, but because Echo jungle dies, remember, if the other jungler dies and you start Herald, like pretty much as they're dead, you're guaranteed that they will not make it to Herald by the time you finish it. So now Echo is dead. If I start Herald, there's no possible way for him to reach it before I finish it. So this is just a heads up to always do it when you're right next to it. A mid laner could roam and kill you, but it's very unlikely. You're just very likely to get a free Herald like this. The only special case is maybe a Hecarim, because Hecarim's like a weird Hecarim or Rammus, but besides that, that's like a green light to do Herald. And I want you guys to always do Herald in those situations, which is just really good for you. So here I go bot side because my top side already cleared. We did our entire top side jungle. We did a aggressive play, really good. Dragon is up now, so my mindset is just like I'm gonna do blue first. And I wanna make sure we can get dragon, but I don't want to just start dragon randomly. I want to feel like we're in a good position to get dragon. So how do I feel confident like that? I want to know where Echo is. And I want to know where balling is. And I want my balling to be ready to do it. So right now my balling is basing, so that's like not a good time to do dragon. And my mid is fighting, so this is a good time to actually help him. So here we're gonna start with a Q for the Luzen's proc. Flash after. We're gonna Q again. I thought Twitch might be here. So here we see him. So remember, we're gonna always start with Q and then the E. So E pretty much stuns him if he takes the plan. Really good for us. And here, if you ever kill the guy, just go steal jungle camps. Oh, my team needs me. We hit him with that stun. Hit the boulder after. Here we need to hit the stun. Hit the boulder. Oh man, that last Q hit me. I was kiting very well. Remember the stun on your E. what Taliyah does well and what she's really good into is dash champions. Like if I play into like a Graves, my E is pretty much a layer of defense. Yeah, it's just very good against him. If I'm against like mobility comps, my safety is my E stun. Like if I'm going to do a situation well, I need to play around my E. Hitting the W it'll take time, but it's just about patience. And here we're gonna do the Rylai's build, so this game, blasting wand, I could go into depth to get an item, but I don't think it's that important. Here, like I said, dragon's up. I think I'm really strong. I feel good about doing a dragon. So now, after that entire sequence of fighting, I'm gonna just go bot side and do a dragon. They have a Twitch support, so I have to be aware of that. Like, he could roam, but I already killed him once. He's very easy to one-shot. So here, when they're this far up, it's always a really good ulti angle. Here, I just have to hit a Q or Ludens, which pretty much slows her. Here, I'm going to R to deny their escape. We'll kill the Twitch first. And yeah, with the R, the interesting thing is you can click. Oh, Shiba. The interesting thing is you can click. Wait, hold on. They want to dabble. I gotta. Alright, I gotta show them who's their father is. I don't think they're understanding the situation, so I have to let them know, you know. Who is your father, Echo? Who's your mother? Yes, it is Taliyah. Here I'm gonna just keep fighting because I'm super good. I'm gonna hit the W-E combo. She R's there. Maybe that was a bit ambitious. Dude, she's too fast, man. What can I do about MF? Rylai's. And this is where the Rylai scepter takes advantage, takes a hold of them by the neck. Slows their movement speed. Really good into the melee comps. You pretty much permacut them with Q. It makes hitting W really easy. If you ever struggle on Taliyah, try going Rylai's. Even in next season, Rylai's is still going to be a possible item to build. They are getting rid of Ludens, but I think you replace Ludens with the Storm Surge item, which is very good. And here, we weren't able to get Dragon. I'm obviously trolling a bit. I should have started Dragon after that. The entire sequence was too focused around kills. Now they will get Dragon, which is okay because I think next season Dragon's not going to be as important. It's more important to get Void Grubs and play topside. But you can see with the Rylai slow is going to make it really easy for me to hit my combos. Though for me, I don't have problems, but the Rylai just gives you good stats in general. Very spicy. Echo could be walking this way. Here I'm just gonna do the Raptor and then I'm gonna check his jungle. Always try to, you guys gotta always get into the habit of like checking jungle camps. Seeing what jungle camps the other guy's doing. Here, remember the Rylai slow just makes it very hard for him to do anything. You just see how difficult it is for a melee champion. Here we hit the slow, hit the combo, dodge the E. Never mind. If I walk back into the jungle, we're always going to get our mana back. But enemy team can't handle the Taliyah juice. But I hope you guys like that video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to be playing a lot of new videos in the new season. This is my last video I had for the old season. So yeah, every video is going to be the new one. I hope you guys like it. See you guys in the next one.